teaching artist for Methow Arts, a nonprofit arts organization in Twist. Today we will be learning about and drawing Puncturevine, an invasive species in Okanogan County. For this lesson you will need a piece of paper, and I'm using crayons, but you can use any coloring material that you have. So markers, crayons, colored pencils would all work fine. In another video, we studied tumble mustard, another invasive plant in Okanogan County. An invasive plant is not naturally supposed to live in this ecosystem, and it can cause a lot of damage to the other native plants and animals. Puncturevine is an invasive plant in Okanogan County as it is originally from southern Europe. People think it might have come to the United States on sheep's wool from the Mediterranean. In Okanogan County, Puncturevine can be very harmful. If we let it, it will take over and it won't let other native plants grow. If we learn what it looks like, then we can pull it out and stop it from spreading more. Spring is a great time to pull it out because it's small and hasn't formed seeds yet. Make sure you wear gloves when you're pulling it out, as its seeds are very sharp and thorny. So today we're going to do a drawing of Puncturevine, so we know what it looks like and we then can help pull it out and stop it from spreading. So Puncturevine grows very low to the ground and it kind of fans out on the ground. You might have seen it in a driveway or kind of a gravel parking area. It often grows in those. So we're going to start by drawing I'm using my green color, and I'm going to just draw long stems that kind of run along the ground. And you can see I have my page horizontally, so hot dog style, and that's because the plant grows long and low along the ground. So I just thought it would fit my drawing a little better. So go ahead and draw long stems kind of fanning out from one point. And imagine that the ground is down here and they're fanning out along the ground. Next, we're going to draw, it has these little stems that come off of it. So we're just going to draw little stems off of our long stems that go off and they basically stick straight out from it, so perpendicular to our first stem. And you can just add those to all of your stems along the ground. And they might overlap each other. So where they cross over another one, that's what we call overlapping. And that's okay, because on the ground they would be all tangled together too and overlapping. Okay, now each of these stems that comes off of our main long stem has little leaves that kind of look like feathers. So I'm drawing little leaves that stick straight out from the stem, and it looks kind of like a feather, like that. So we can go ahead and add those little green leaves to all of our stems that stick off from our long stems on the ground. So now we've drawn in all the leaves off of our short stems that come off of the long stems that kind of run along the ground. So now we get to add in the flowers. So Puncturevine actually has really pretty little flowers, and they're yellow. And if you remember, if you watched the tumble mustard video, you might remember that tumble mustard also had little yellow flowers. Tumble mustard has 4 petals on each flower, but Puncturevine, which we're drawing now, has 5 petals on each flower. So we're going to draw some flowers onto our stems here, and we're going to do 5 petals. So they can be pretty small, and you just want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals to go on each flower. And just add some little yellow flowers to your Puncturevine plant. So the last thing we need to add are the seed pods. And if anyone has ever tried to pull one of these out and been stabbed by a seed pod, then you'll know what I mean when I say they are very, very sharp. So they are, and I'm going to draw one up here so you can see it up close. They kind of look like a star, but it has more points, and the points are very long and sharp. So this is one of their seed pods, and they start off kind of green and then they turn brown or gray later on during the year. So we can add some, basically I did a bunch of just pointed points here and put them together to make this seed pod. So we're going to add some seed pods onto our Puncturevine plant here. So just draw, using maybe a brown or a gray or brown and green even you could do. Draw some pointy, thorny seed pods onto our Puncturevine plant. All right, and now we've kind of completed our Puncturevine plant drawing here. So you'll see it comes up from one spot in the ground, and then it fans out along the ground with these long stems that can grow up to a few feet long. And then it's got these shorter stems that come off of that with little leaves on each side. And it has little yellow flowers with 5 petals. And it's got these really sharp, pointy seed pods. Thanks for drawing Puncturevine plant with me today and learning about the Puncturevine plant. So it would be really great if we see this plant growing, if we could pull it out, particularly in the springtime when it's small and doesn't have its seeds yet. Then we can all do our part to help it from spreading in Okanogan County. So thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.